So last night I seasoned up about a 4-pound USDA choice chuck roast, and I used one of my favorite seasonings from Big Papa Smokers, and it soaked that seasoning in the refrigerator overnight. Now my kettle is fired up. I've got water in a foil pan in there. I'm using the Mallory cast iron grate and the Mallory firewall. My target temp today is 250 degrees, and we're going to be adding some white oak for smoke. So let's go ahead and get our chuck roast on. Go ahead and get a piece of white oak on here. I'm not going to put any temp probe in now. I'm just going to go until I get the texture and color I want. That's probably going to be, I don't know, 3-ish hours maybe less, maybe a little more. We'll see. So we're going to go ahead and get our lid on. We'll come back in an hour and see if we need to spritz. See you back here in about an hour. All right, we've been going 1 hour, and I just want to point out, you may hear in the background, you may not, there are a ton of crows eating my figs down the side of my house, and I chased them off a couple times, but they're going to have a feast today. But so are we, so let's go check our chuck roast, and we're probably going to spritz. And when I spritz, it's just plain water. That's looking really good. Nice color developing, but definitely needs a little spritz on top here. We've still got some life in that piece of white oak, but I'm going to add a second piece also. All right, we're going to get our lid on, keep smoking, and we'll come back in another hour. Give it a check. See you back here in about an hour. All right, we're at the 2-hour mark. Let's go ahead and check our chuck roast. I don't think it's going to be ready to wrap at this point. I really want to make sure that color and texture is exactly the way I want it. That's looking fantastic. Wow, that color is amazing. We've got a lot of moisture there, so we are not going to need to spritz right now. In fact, with the look of this, I'm going to let it go another 30 minutes, I think, before we wrap. It's almost there. I think another hour might be too much, so we'll go another 30 minutes. We'll see you back here in 30 minutes. All right, we've been going 2.5 hours, just that additional 30 minutes. Pretty sure we're going to wrap now. In fact, I'm 99.99% sure we're going to wrap now unless something has changed since the last time we looked at it. Oh no, that looks perfect. I'm going to be double wrapping this in foil. I'm going to go ahead and get a temp probe in here. And we'll just try and get kind of as much in the center as we possibly can. That's showing 167, which sounds just about right to where this point of the cook would be on a chuck roast. So we'll get the lid back on. We're going to come back when that hits 203 internal, and at that time we're going to probe for tenderness. After that, it's going to stay wrapped in foil, and it's going to rest for 2 hours before we make our pulled beef. See you back here when we hit 203 internal. All right, we just hit 203 internal. Let's go ahead and probe for tenderness. If it's tender, it's going to come off and just start its rest for a couple hours. If it's not, I'll probably give it another 20 minutes and then check it again. I want to try not to go all the way through. I don't want to puncture the bottom foil. That feels pretty tender. All right, I'm going to get this off. It's going to go inside, just rest in a foil pan for a couple hours. And before it's time to pull it, we're going to get a couple more components for our pulled beef sandwiches ready. So our chuck roast has been resting for 2 hours now, but before we pull that, I want to get a little bit of a slaw made. Now this is a bit different. It's not a traditional slaw. Now we're starting with half a head, a small head of red cabbage that's been chopped up. Next up is a small jalapeno that's been grated on a box grater. This is what you end up with right here, and it's the stuff that falls inside the box grater, not the stuff that collects on the outside. So this is going to be a little bit of a spicy slaw. I'm also going to add a couple tablespoons of crushed pistachios. Told you this was different. Finally, a couple tablespoons of your favorite barbecue sauce. We'll go with, I don't know, what do we say? A couple tablespoons, maybe 3 or 4. Quick little pinch of some salt and some pepper. Mix it up. If you've never used grated jalapeno in anything before, it works really well to sort of spread that heat around and bring that great jalapeno flavor. Oh, the smell of this already. It's gonna have a kick. Now you could make this without the jalapeno and still have sort of a barbecue slaw. You could add some shredded carrots. That's looking pretty good. All right, let's get our chuck roast out here and pull it. So here is our chuck roast after resting. Now, I reserved the juices that came off of this in the foil. They're in the pan that I let this rest in. That way, if you want to add it back in, you can. If it's a little dry, you can always add that back in, but let's go ahead and see. I have some insulators in my gloves here because I think it's still a little toasty. Oh, it's a little toasty in there. Ooh, it smells good. Now, if you have any huge chunks of fat that are in there, you can just kind of pull those out. Chuck roast can have some pretty good fat seams in it. And really, you can pull this as much as you want here. You can break it down as small as you want. Let's have a little taste here. That's pretty darn good. Again, go for the consistency you want. How small you want the pieces, how big. You could even slice it if you wanted. I think I want to add a little bit of that juice back in here. Now, a lot of times people will add barbecue sauce directly to this, but I'm not doing that today because we have that barbecue sauce in the slaw, but if you want to do that, go ahead. All right, that's looking good to me. Let's build our pulled beef sandwich. So I have a bottom of a pretzel bun here, and I want to get some of my slaw on here first. Slaw on the bottom. That's the motto today. Let's give a nice base for our pulled beef. Now we're just gonna cram some of our beef on here. I always say it, you don't need a building permit, build it as high as you want. You want to go with a couple pickles on top. Then our top bun to crown it. There we have it. Our pulled beef sandwich with our jalapeno slaw. Let's dive in. All right, let's see if I can get this all up without anything falling apart. Let's go. That is a mighty fine sandwich, and that jalapeno slaw is amazing. It has that flavor of jalapeno without a lot of the heat. It's a perfect match for this beef. Loving it.